Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Hilaal Live. It's the motorsport show that we have every Thursday. And you're welcome to join us on the WhatsApp line 079 Let us know your thoughts if you'd like to send a message to anyone in studio and show your appreciation for the various art. Well, we've got some art coming up, but the different skills that they have that we focus on the show. So we had the classic car and bike show the other day. We attended it, and when we were walking around, we bumped into this amazing artist who draws the amazing cars and various motor cars in the various categories as well. Now, if you think about the name Steve Erwin, you probably think it's the crocodile hunter, but he is the crocodile painter. Steve Erwin in studio. Good evening and welcome.
How's it, man? How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. Yeah,
absolutely amazing. Where did this all start? Did this, did you? I remember, and I was telling you earlier, when I draw cars, there's nowhere close to what you draw. So how did you get into this industry?
Well, I mean, to answer that, it goes back to all the way. I mean, when did I start doing art? Mm-hmm. And I started doing art since I can remember. So from there, that talent was nurtured. I didn't necessarily only do cars, but I did as a young boy. You draw cars. That's what you do. And then over the years, I studied interior design. And then it just kind of I ended up in this path. To the point where I just started painting cars, right, and playing with the airbrush, and then
as you can see, there's some behind you, but these are the newer ones that you've created.
Yeah.
Is there any specific style that you'd like to focus on, or do you find that it's as per the request?
Well, I mean, the style I work with is usually quite realistic, airbrushed, and mixed with normal paint. But it depends on what the client wants.
Okay.
Usually, it is something like that, where beautiful. It's got a white background, clear car.
Stunning.
But sometimes we can get a little bit more creative, and I can do something like that where we throw in a background in. This chimney here that's going surfing, so nice. I can do that sort of thing. It's really up to the client what they want.
All right, so this one's absolutely beautiful. You know what they say, when you have something like this on your wall, you look at it every day, one day you'll own one like this as well. So maybe I should get one. Hang it up in my wall, and I may just own a Porsche one day as well. But one of the ones that I really like is this classic.
The 300 SL.
This is just something else. We saw something similar at the car show as well,
yes.
Which was in immaculate, immaculate condition.
Yes.
And if you look at, the brush work that goes into it, the angles, everything you captured this absolutely amazingly well. Something like this, what is the process that you would go through to put this onto canvas?
So something like that, all of them, I would first go through my reference photos, so either supplied by the client or pulled off the internet, or photos that I've taken myself, and then basically I'll use those photos and other photos that I find to blend it all together, and to create basically a painting that looks like it's your car was shot in a professional studio.
Gotcha.
But it's actually a painting.
Okay.
I try to put as much detail in there, so even on the Merc, you'll see that all the grill detail is in there, and
beautiful.
Like little things that are maybe lost in a photograph, I put them in there because it's a painting, so you can do that.
These are absolutely amazing. I mean, your creative mind is wonderful, and it encapsulates the artistic nature of the car, because that's what it is. I mean, these cars are just absolute classics, even the newer ones as well. And I would imagine that when the designers, what they went through when designing the car as well. I mean, I would love to be in their head. At the classic car and bike show, were there lots of people coming up to you requesting paintings? What were some of the conversations?
Usually it is about having their car painted. So that's with regards to...
It gives a whole new meaning to having your car painted.
Yeah. Everyone thinks that I go out there with a spray gun and paint cars when I tell them I paint cars, but no, I actually paint pictures of your car.
Right.
So it's usually conversations around that. Just how am I going to paint your car? what car do you have and how is it going to be painted? Yeah, and then just running them through how it all works and all that.
You know, classic cars often have a rich history and maybe cultural significance as well.
Yeah.
How do you incorporate maybe that historical context, or maybe personalize that picture to the owners, you know, what they want out the picture? Because surely you would have a conversation with the owner. What do you want?
Yes.
Take us through that process.
Yes. So usually I'll leave the stuff quite subtle, like I mean, beside the car looking like how the person's car is supposed to look and having the right number plates, and, you know, even in some cases putting the dents where the dents need to be and all that.
Okay.
I will try and put small hints of other detail, like for instance this Mercedes-Benz here. We've got not one 300 SL, but there's another 300 SL reflected in the chrome there. So it's kind of to tell the story of these two 300 SLs, a red one, a black convertible, going on this nice scenic mountain pass. Could be Cape Town, could be the Amalfi coastline in Italy or something.
Brilliant.
So that's sort of those sort of like small, subtle things
amazing.
that I'll put into the paintings that, you know, aside the obvious, there will be some of that as well.
So a lot of your clients, are they locally based? Cape Town, around the country? Do some people come from other parts of the world and request your artwork?
Yes. So a lot of my clients are local, all over the country, but I do also have international clients. People finding me off the internet. So yeah, so exporting quite a lot to UK,
Brilliant.
US, Germany. A lot of people come, they've either got holiday homes here or they just come from, a lot of them are German, from overseas, and you know, they'll see my work at the Classic Car and Bike Show, for instance, and they order from here and I can ship it over there, or some will take it back with them if it's ready in time, that sort of thing. Do
you attend other shows, events through the year?
Yes. Classic Car and Bike Show is usually the first one. I will then do, there's also Sentimental Gatherings, which will come up. They're just smaller kind of car shows. The Cape 1000 as well. I'll do their charity kind of, I donate work for charity and do a charity event. And then just whichever car shows are on and willing to have me around, yeah, I'll do them if they're worthwhile.
And these work as such good auction pieces as well for those charities that would like to maybe use it as a form to earn a bit of extra funds for their charity. I'm sure they can get hold of you and request one of these.
Yeah. I don't do every charity event that comes my way, but usually if it's worth my while, it'll, and it's also worth their while. I donate a piece to charity, I get the exposure out of it.
Absolutely.
And charity wins at the end of the day when the pieces, I had one piece similar this size going for quite a healthy amount that helped a certain organization.
Stunning. So you mentioned you started off as a normal artist. What works did you do before? I mean, were you specialized in something unique, or did you just dabble in various projects?
I was actually doing interior and graphic design before, so I did more of that sort of stuff, like graphic design and that. And then I picked up the airbrush at some point, and I started playing around with airbrush. I started printing T-shirts as well, like this one here, and playing with it from there. And just like I say, it led to this. One thing leads to another, and I started playing with airbrushes and painting, and then. But I do also do some surf art, and that's
brilliant.
Like kind of nature stuff, natural stuff. So it's not all just petrol, but the cars are basically what I market the most.
Stunning. How do people find you? Do you have social media? What are the best methods to do that?
Yes, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok now. I've got a website that we regularly post articles on. So all that sort of stuff has been quite helpful in gaining.
Do you have a company name or just your name itself?
It's Steve Erwin Art.
Okay, Steve Erwin Art.
But my account names are @StencilWorks.
Okay.
So yeah, because
That's how people can find.
Yeah,
it.
it's
Okay.
the stencils. That's our
Someone
started.
wanting to go into something like this that would like to specialize in a particular art form. Take us through that creative process and how you made your mind up, choosing a particular, art form like this.
I would say it's possibly. I mean, you got to be passionate about what you're painting. So for some people it's cars, for other people it might be pets. So you need to have that passion. You need to be quite dedicated.
Brilliant.
It is quite a lot of work, and it's also there's a business process to it. It's
of course.
So I mean, there's a creative process, obviously, but you got to sell work and that. So there's a business process to it.
Steve Erwin, artist, beautiful art. Thank you so much for sharing your work with us, coming into studio and sharing your work with our audience as well. I'm sure lots of people are going to get hold of you and try and request that you paint and bring their car to life, so to speak, as well. All the very best. We look forward to chatting to you soon.
No, awesome. Thanks for having me on the show.
My pleasure.
Cool.
Awesome. There we go. Steve Erwin. Do go and check him out, Steve Erwin Art, and find out how you can request your art piece from this young man and hang it wherever you'd like to, in your garage, in your home. But do make contact when you can. After the break, we chat to another legendary racing driver as well and find out about his career in the industry. You are still watching Hilaal Live. It's the Motorsport Show.